Hi, welcome to Freemason Street Baptist Church. As you can see, this is an unbelievably beautiful sanctuary. We're very thankful to have this opportunity to worship in a gathered fashion again, beginning this Sunday, the 5th of July. What you'll see behind me is a beautiful historic pulpit, and around me, 4 sections of pews. As we do close-ups on those pews, let me just tell you a little bit about how we're going to try and socially distance. There's a lot of details for which we need to think about in order to gather again for worship safely. Each of these 2 large center sections, we're going to put family units or groups that have quarantined together in these sections, 3 or more to a center pew. Groups of 2 or less will be situated and seated on the sides of those 2 sections. We're going to try to, of course, keep 6 feet of difference. Our health and safety team has arranged the pews when you walk in that you will know how to be set in a box, as it were, an area for safety. And that will be accompanied, we hope, by masks. And those masks, if everyone is wearing them, will enable us all to be able to sing far more safely congregationally. If you don't have a mask or forget it in the car, we will have some to hand out at our greeters. Our greeters will be in the back of the church. They're serving also as health ambassadors. So they'll have hand sanitizers. They will hand you a bulletin. They will hand you the Lord's Supper elements. They will provide sanitizer, mask, personal protective equipment, things like that you might need. They're also going to help you figure out which boxes or areas of the sanctuary to which to go. We do have, as you can see, 3 sides to the balcony. Balcony is a great place if you're immunocompromised, if you're worried about your health, to sit and be far less near the traffic or the people. We will be live streaming from the service, so if you can't make it into this beautiful sanctuary, we hope that you will feel a part of it by being able to watch from home in the safety of your own living room and television. We're going to continue that for the foreseeable future, and we hope that you don't feel any pressure to gather with us. We hope that you feel served and loved by our church, regardless of where or how you worship. So, as you come in and you're greeted and you're given those items, you will take your seats. We will move through the worship service, and upon the conclusion of the service at the benediction, we will dismiss the people in the balconies first, and then from the back to the front. Of course, we're trying to avoid clogging and too much grouping as we move out the exits. The direct back of the sanctuary leads straight to Freemason Street. In other words, right across that street will be the mall. And we're going to encourage you, if you want to talk or linger, to do that outside, socially distanced, of course. But we don't want to do that here in the sanctuary. So there are several bathroom options for you here that we will show you more closely. The easiest bathrooms, I think, are outside. We go to the back lobby. As you look at the lobby from the front, you'll want to go to the left. You can't go to the right, but go to the left. And as you do that, you'll find immediately a men's and a women's bathrooms there. Those will, of course, be cleaned both before and after our services. We are having our wonderful sexton, Torrance, to do a deep cleaning of the sanctuary before, after we're here. And we think that will help, again, minimize the risks. Keep in mind, we will have no nursery or children's activities. We hope you will feel comfortable. If you do feel safe, bringing your children into the service. Fully expect them to be squeamish and wiggly and loud, and we think that's going to be wonderful. And you watching at home, we hope you'll enjoy hearing them cry or fuss or talk. But that will be a part of our experience for the foreseeable future until we feel that we can safely move back into a nursery, tips, children's worship alternative. Again, we're not mandating that you wear a mask. We're not the police or the governor. We're the church. But we hope that you will strongly consider it as a way to love and serve your neighbors that may not be in as good of health as you or may have different fears than you. And in each of those cases, we think wearing a mask is an easy way to love and serve neighbor. Hi, This is the handicapped or children's entrance. If you see behind me, there is a long hallway that you will go down until you come to a center area that we will show you, and you'll take the stairs up to the sanctuary and come in through the back. You'll also find through this entrance down the hall and on your left is an elevator, and we welcome anyone to take that all the way up to the sanctuary. It should be quite easy and a lot safer, frankly, than the lift we had at our old church. You'll notice when you come in this parking lot, there's 125 surface spaces here. We hope to use all of those. If we somehow fill those up, certainly not during the pandemic time, but later, you'll find right behind me to the north is the Bank Street garage. That's a public parking garage. It should be very easy. It's actually just across the street. Very easy to find your way here into this entrance, from this entrance up into the sanctuary. So this is the corner of Bank and Freemason Street. Right behind you, in front of me, is the mall parking lot, which you will use if we're out of spots in the back and you'd like to park at the mall. There's exits there and there, right to our south. This will be the back of the sanctuary. You'll come in through these doors, and there'll be a big sign here to indicate to you where to enter from the street or from the mall. Bank Street, right to my right. Again, another public garage there if you're going to come in through that entrance. I know it's odd to RSVP for a church service. That's certainly not because we're hoity-toity and we're trying to be elitist or exclusive, but we are trying to stay within a reasonable number of this sanctuary. The pastor staff here thinks that the sanctuary ordinarily can hold up to 500 people. For really special occasions, they said they've had upwards of 600. Our numbers obviously will be a pale shadow of that. They will be way, way lower than that. Maybe about a fourth of that in all likelihood. And as we do that, part of registration is also registering as family units, because that will be the way in which you'll be encouraged to sit. And you'll be seated by these units, with whomever you're quarantining or however you're doing life during the pandemic. We're going to sit in those units, larger units in the center, smaller units on the side. But part of that registration involves acknowledging who's in your unit and how many will be there. We hope you will register. And if you're comfortable coming to service, we look forward to seeing you. So it's been a long time since we've gathered in a church building for public worship. In fact, it's been since the 8th of March. So the 5th of July, that's a long time for us to be without a gathered presence. We're very grateful both that the Lord has spared Norfolk and the Commonwealth to enable us to enter into phase 3. We're profoundly humbled that Freemason Street Baptist would allow us to utilize their facilities. We're excited about the different opportunities we have to worship here, and we believe, Lord willing, that we will be in this space for 15 to 18 months. This is going to be something we're going to have to really get used to as demolition and new construction begin. There isn't another plan for us. As Freemason Street begins to feel comfortable worshiping again here, they, of course, will continue to worship in the morning and we in the afternoons. Right now, until we reach a capacity that our health and safety team feels the sanctuary can't bear or hold safely, we'll have a service here at 4. As that number increases, we'll increase to a second service so that we can all join together, sing, worship in an embodied form together. We do think there is something really beautifully human about gathering together, singing, worshiping, praying, confessing together that is different than your living room. We think that what we're trying to do here is part of God's plan for us to not just be spiritual, but embodied people that hear each other and see each other, even if we can't hug or touch each other. We will have the portable Lord's Supper elements, and we will really look forward to being able to feast on Christ by faith together as well.